Hello, everyone, and welcome to the info session on today about FAB25 Czechia. Good morning, good evening, and good night from wherever in the world you are joining us today. Thank you so much for your time. And I hope this session basically opens up doubts or questions that you have related to the FabX conference that this year is taking place in Czechia. So from my side, my name is Norella Coronel. I work for the FAB Foundation as the Communications Director, and I'm here to introduce you Jan, my colleague, who is in Czechia and who will drive you through this presentation. So Jan?
Hello, everyone. So happy to see you. Some familiar faces, some new faces. And basically for today, I've prepared a pretty long, but I think it will be efficient presentation of basically everything around the FAB25 event this year. My name is Jan, and I'm the program lead for FAB25. So I also have been for the event from the very beginning, from the candidacy. So it's kind of my baby now, really dedicating a lot of years of my work to this event. So I hope you will enjoy it today, and let's start straight ahead. Just a short disclaimer for the beginning. The information in this presentation is actual to this date, so some things still might change in the future because we still have several months towards the event. The session is recorded and will be published online. So if you're not comfortable with sharing your camera, it's totally fine if you turn it off. And by the end of the call, in the upcoming days, you will receive a follow-up with all the links, with links to the presentation. So no worries about not catching anything on the screen. Some notes for how we will function during this call. Basically, this call is not only a monologue from me, but also you can ask many questions, and we will use a feature of the Zoom call, which is called Q&A. You should see the icon on your basically on the Zoom interface. If you don't see it, you just need to click the more button, the three dots, and then click the Q&A, and it will appear. And basically, Norella and also the other members of our team will try to answer the questions as it's going. But we will also have separate Q&A blocks after the big chunks of the presentation to really get back to it. And some of the most important or the most interesting questions will be answered live. So definitely, this is also an opportunity for you to ask and ask and ask. And now let's start my monologue. First, I will give you some basic information about the event, because I guess we have a mix of people who are familiar with the event, as well as people who are super new and don't know much about it and never attended the event. So let's start with a short overview. The FabX event has a long tradition and long history, it will be 21st edition this year, and it will happen in July this year from 4th to 11th. So it's an 8 days event, and we will host you in the heart of Europe, in the Czech Republic, in 2 cities this year. So that's Brno and Prague. We expect a lot of people coming this year because it's in Europe, and there's a lot of labs here, and it's very easy to get here. So we expect over 1,100 people, but as usual, it will be people coming from all over the world. So every time, usually people from 55 countries come, so it will be a global event for sure. Who can you expect? You can expect basically the members of the FabLab networks and their employees, FabLab managers, people from makerspaces, people who are makers, so they really use digital fabrication almost every day to do their jobs or just to have fun. You can expect to meet educators, especially focused on STEM education. You will also meet a lot of people from the universities. So there are also researchers taking care of this topic, but you can also meet people from artistic backgrounds, designers, architects, and sometimes also some policymakers. We have many years of the event already. It has started basically as a really small gathering of the newly set up FabLabs. So it was tens people around in the first years, and now it's a really global event with hundreds and hundreds of people, and with very rich programming as well. Who are the organizers this year? So we have two organizers from Czechia, from the local host side, and that is Make More, which is an organization that takes care of the Czech maker movement. Let's say they organize 12 maker fairs in the Czech Republic, and they set up a Czech Association of Makerspaces, and they really try to push the makers agenda forward. And the second local organizer is FabLab Brno. So that's a standard FabLab set up for 8 years now, and is the first FabLab set up in the country. And then the usual standard and very important organizers, that is the FAB Foundation and the Center for Bits and Atoms from MIT. So this is a picture from our team building that we had several weeks ago. So basically, this is the local team for now, but it's still growing. So as you can see, it's lots of people. Some dedicated to the production side, some to the program side, some to the marketing. So it's a lot of people from different backgrounds making this event really amazing. And from the global team, from the FAB Foundation and CBA, we also have several people working on this, again, on different agendas. Yeah, you will meet them all. You will meet us all basically in July in the Czech Republic. Now, some words about Czechia. So if you don't know where it lies, it's really in the center of the Europe. It's called Heart of Europe sometimes. And this year we will have the two cities, Brno and Prague, and one maker train in which we will transport from one city to another. Czechia has almost 11 million citizens. We still use our own currency, which is called the Czech crown. We are an extremely safe country. We were ranked last year as the 12th safest country in the world, so there is nothing really to be afraid of. And one interesting fact is that from the medieval age, we still have almost 2,000 castles in the Czech Republic. So if you're a lover of history, you will really like our country. This is basically a map of the Czech Republic, and you can see Brno is in the east-south part of the country. It's a very lively student city, having around 400,000 citizens, and it's very walkable, very cozy, and it's very famous for its cuisine and cafe scene. I think you will really like it. And Prague is the capital. It's some people call it the 3D architectural textbook because you can find many styles of architecture there. It's very historically preserved. It has a beautiful river, and it has almost 1.2 million citizens living there. And we also like to call it the 3D printing capital of the world because we have Prusa there. I just want to point out that FAB25 is a continuous event. So although we will be in two cities, it's one event, and it's just about spending half of the time in one city and then moving to the other city. And it was basically decided to do this when we did the candidacy to make as much local impact as possible, and also to offer you the best of the Czech culture, and you can really immerse and explore the country this way. Now I will try to explain this year's theme, which is Bridge the Gap. And basically what you are now seeing is the map of FabLabs in Europe. And you can see that Czech Republic, it doesn't have many FabLabs yet. And if you look to the east, East Europe, there's less and less FabLab. So basically, our idea to do the candidacy for the event in 2019 was let's kickstart the maker movement and the FabLab network in the Czech Republic. And let's also try to help other countries, especially in the Eastern Europe, to set up the FabLab infrastructure. So that was the original idea, and we stick to it until this day. But I also personally see Bridge the Gap as a personal commitment. So if you come and join us at FAB25, you'll be able to find the gaps and bridge them with the people from the network and with your old and new friends. Now I will go more into the program part. So we will have 8 exciting days in July. And basically, these are all the program segments, let's say, that you will experience. So it's not just about the FAB conference, but we have many other opportunities for you to enjoy. I will go one by one, explain basically what are they about, and then I will show you the venues and then go back to these in detail. So FAB conference, you will hear keynotes, panels, talks. We will all stay in a big venue until lunch. And in the afternoon, you'll be able to join hands-on workshops, theoretical workshops, or working groups. And every day will be dedicated to a different program track. So that's the usual classical way. So we will keep the split day format. What's new this year? It's called Prusa Day, and that is a special day co-designed with Prusa, where we will dive deep into 3D printing, and you will be, for example, able to visit the Prusa factory. We have the Maker Train, which is the special edition to move in between the cities in the most green and most fun way, in our opinion. We will have the FAB Festival this year as well. It will be the last day of the event, and basically it will be about inviting the Czech general public. It will be a free event, and we will try to showcase the possibilities of digital fabrication and the FabLab network. And last but not least, we will have a lot of parties. I call it official networking, but for me is the most fun way of the event. And throughout the years that I attended the FabX events, I already found many friends, not only from the work side, but also from the personal side of life. So I really recommend you exploring this year. As each year, we also have program tracks. I just want to explain how we got those. Basically, in the previous years, in the past 3 years, we have organized so-called pre-events, and we invited 50 makers and representatives of the European Fab Labs and maker initiatives. And we basically try to ask and try to answer a question. You know, what are the pressing topics and what are the topics that are important for the especially European FabLab network, and we've identified those. So first one, it's called FabLabs 25 years and beyond. So very soon we will have the quarter century anniversary of FabLabs. So we will try to revise a bit how FabLabs evolved in the last 25 years. And also try to have a look into the future. The second program track is called Maker to Market, and that's basically about trying to get maker projects and maker products into market, and how FabLabs can support this, and what is the role of FabLabs in this matter. Also, some of the FabLabs became, let's say, innovation hubs. So we will also try to explore this way of their operation. And the third track, it's called Digital Age Competencies, and that will be basically all about STEM education. We have a huge mobile Fab Lab in Brno, and the educational topic is very important and close to us. So we will dive deep into that. And the last program track, it's called Emerging Technology. And this year there are two big chunks that we will explore, and that is the quantum and also open source software. This is the preliminary schedule that you can find on the website as well. So it's, as I mentioned, 8 days. We will start on 4th of July. It's a Friday, and we will start in the afternoon. I definitely recommend you coming during Friday and to really join this. We will have a very special opening show and a keynote, and then we will continue with a Brno welcome party. Then there will be 3 days of the FAB conference. So as I mentioned, the split day until lunch, we will be in the big venue together listening, and in the afternoon we will be making all together in a different venue. And almost every evening we will also have the networking party sessions. 8th of July is dedicated just to traveling, so there will be plenty of time for you to handle the transport and to jump on the Maker train and move between Brno and Prague. On the 9th of July, we will have another day of FAB conference for the Emerging Technology Program track. On the 10th, we will have the Prusa day closed with Prusa party. And on the 11th, we will close the whole event with the FAB Festival. I just want to point out that we are detailing the schedule already, and let's say this is version 0. So the version 1 will be coming in the next days. So you'll be able to really see the time blocks and to get ready basically for the practical stuff and see what happens each day. So it will be coming very, very soon. And now let's check the venues. So the first venue where we will all start the event is the Janáček Theater. It's a very, very impressive building, newly renovated, and it has a large auditorium, the classical theater elevated seating. So that is where we will stay for the FAB conference keynotes. Then in Brno, we will in the afternoon transfer to a different venue, which is the Masaryk University. And that's the traditional, let's say, university buildings, which are separated into different rooms. This is just an example of one of the rooms, and we will set up the hands-on and other categories of program there. This is another venue in Brno. It's a Spielberg Castle. It's overseeing the whole city, and we will have a party there. And for this year, the academic graduation will happen in this club, in this musical club, and we will have a closing Brno party there as well. So as I mentioned, there are several venues, and these are the 2 most important ones. This guy is the famous musical composer, and the theater is named after him. And basically, after lunch, which we will have in the Janáček Theater, we will move with a short walk to the afternoon venue. So no worries about the transport. It's really walkable and really quite close. Then the Maker train, we are renting basically train, and the ticket for you is included already in the FAB25 ticket, and I will speak more about it later. And in Prague, we will be using a part of the exhibition grounds, especially these white buildings, which are called the Křížík pavilions, and also another theater, the new Spiral Theater, which is this building. It's also recently renovated, and it's very special in a way that it has a 360-degree auditorium. It has also a elevated central stage, and the stage can also rotate. So let's see, we will not have dizzy speakers this year. The Křížík pavilions are basically now just these big empty spaces, and we will transform these into a huge FabLab, into the workshop area, into the partners area. And what's also good about the Prague venue is that we can also use the roofs of the pavilions, and there is also a big park nearby and a greeny area. So you can really expect sort of a festival vibe in the Prague venue, where you can rest as well as join all the activities. And the Prusa research, where all the Prusa printers are made, it's also very close in a walkable distance. So now I have some slides for detailing the program segments. I think I said the most of it. The FAB conference, classic of the classics. And we also have several conference speakers already. And we have some big names such as Josef Prusa, of course, Niels and Sherry this year again. We have Dale, who is also sometimes called the father of the maker movement. We have Bas van Abel from Fairphone and other great speakers, and there are still more coming in the upcoming weeks. The maker train. So there will be, as I said, one full day for the travel, so no worries about catching up. The train is rented solely for the FAB25 visitors and their relatives. So if you come with your family, there will be an opportunity so they can jump on the maker train as well. The train ride usually takes 2.5 to 3 hours, and there will be lunch ready for you in the train, as well as you will be able to buy some snacks and drinks. And we are also preparing some special content for the train, but it will be a surprise. Prusa Day, as I mentioned, you can expect that it's co-designed with the Prusa research. There will be Josef's keynote and Q&A, so you will be able to ask him the questions you have. There will be continuous visits of the factory, and there will be also some masterclasses and workshops from the Prusa employees to give you the know-how that they have. The FAB Festival, this year we are trying to promote it to really bring also hundreds and hundreds of the Czech public. And it will be about promotion of the digital fabrication, FabLabs and makers. We will showcase the machines. We will have simple hands-on workshops, and we will try to also make it as fun as possible. For example, have a robotic band concert there. And the networking, I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope to have a beer with you all this year again. So this was the program, and now we have the first Q&A block. So I will try to open the Q&A, and Norella, if there are some questions that you think need to be read out loud, just tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're coming up. Yeah, now it's your time. If you have any questions so far, we're going to continue further. But if you have any questions, please start putting them in the Q&A. But yeah, Jan, you can start responding.
Yeah, I see just one question, but yeah. Or they're in the chat. Okay, they are in the chat also. Okay. So the main conference day is at Brno or Prague. Basically, the conference days are 3 days in Brno and 1 day in Prague. So there will be 4 days of the FAB conference altogether. FAB Festival, where is FAB Festival happening? FAB Festival will only happen in Prague on the last day. Maker Train sounds awesome. I agree. What's the source of the FabLabs map? You can find it on fablabs.io. And basically, these are all the questions.
No, you need to go to the Q&A.
Yeah,
those are the questions in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't see the Q&A questions, Norel, so maybe you can try to.
But there is a bunch.
Somehow organize it. Yep.
Yeah, so basically Ricardo Marquez is asking related to invoice and VAT. Ricardo, if you can address this through writing us at info@fab25.cz, sorry. I think they can solve it. Related to luggage on the train, Jan, do we have limited capacity under luggage, or can we bring our big bags?
You can take, of course, all of your baggage with you because you need to bring it from Brno to Prague. So there will be enough space to manage this.
Yeah, Leopold is asking if he can have Joseph's Prusa email. I think it needs to be a separate conversation about that. Then we have just Jacine. For those who cannot attend the full program, is the price the same?
Yes.
Yes.
At the moment, we don't offer individualized tickets for the cities.
Noah is asking, do Fab Academy instructors get discounts on tickets? No. Then Leopold is asking, would it be possible to get a free information stand as to discuss with Kate for Fab City Global Initiative, I guess. So related to this, we will discuss it probably in the next couple of weeks, and we will be having some announcements related to Fab City Foundation and their participation during the conference. So stay tuned for emails or social medias, since we will be having more information about that soon. Family members, can they access the event? Yeah.
So I will speak about this more into the tickets part of the presentation. So wait for it.
Okay, what about visas? As I'll come from India, this is Anridwa.
Okay, I see there are more questions coming to this, so I will just continue. As I mentioned, we have separate blocks in the presentation, so I will just get to the travels and visas information later. So
Okay.
I suggest we continue for now.
We continue. I'll respond some of them in there. Okay.
Okay, so that was the program overview. Let's now go for the open calls. Basically, it's a way for you how you can actively participate in the event. How it works is very simple. The applications, the call for participants basically is open from January 23rd until the end of March. So you still have 17 days to apply. Research papers have different deadline that you can find on the website. You can basically apply in several different categories, depending on what kind of format you are interested. And you can find the form on the website. And basically, when you submit the application, it then enters a curation process, and you will be informed if your application was approved or not by the end of the April at the latest. Okay, so what are the categories that you can participate in? Basically, it's workshops, and there are two kinds of workshops. That is the hands-on type, where you basically make something, and then is the theoretical format, where you basically use a flip chart or something, and you guide the group and facilitate the workshop. For all of the categories, there are detailed descriptions on the website, so I encourage you to go there and check it in detail. I will just cover it briefly in this presentation. One more thing to add to the hands-on workshops. Basically, once your workshop is approved, then you will receive a special link for the inventory, where you can choose the materials for the workshops up to a certain price, and it will be ready for you when you come to the workshop venue during the event. Research papers. There is an opportunity to submit a research paper. They will be presented during the event, and the best research paper will have the opportunity to present on the big stage. And basically, all the research papers are about digital fabrication and FabLab network. So you can find the detailed info on that on the website as well. Then you can propose a talk. We stick to short talks, fast talks, and that is 10 minutes talks. And basically, the best and the most interesting talks will be selected, and you will be able to speak on the big stage. And the rest of the talks will be in a smaller parts of the venue, but there will be an opportunity to present still. Working groups, these are dedicated to long-term ongoing programs. For example, there is usually a working group for the FAB Academy or other academy programs, but you can, for example, submit also a working group for example, agriculture and FabLabs, or a mobile FabLabs group, or some other, such as the national network, FabLab network meeting at FAB25. We introduced another category this year, which is called the mobile FabLabs. So we are inviting you to come with your mobile FabLab to Czechia, and you can either just showcase it, or you can allow us to use it as a workshop venue as well. We have a huge mobile FabLab in Brno that will be in Brno and Prague as well. But let's try to bring as many mobile FabLabs as possible and try to set up a world record in the mobile FabLabs gathering. And the last category that you can participate in is basically called the FAB Festival, and that is about especially having simple hands-on projects where you will introduce the digital fabrication to the public. We expect a lot of kids to come to the FAB Festival as well, so go really into that direction. But you will be also able to showcase your projects if you bring them, or your FabLabs via a desk and some kind of presentation. Okay, why you should actively participate? I can answer the question already that I know that will come. No, you will not be able to get a discount. That is basically based. The decision was made on the experience from the past events, where it was really hard to say who gets the discount and who doesn't. And we really tried to and we really kept that price of the ticket as low as possible. So there will be no discounts even if you actively participate. But you should still do it, because in this way you can share your know-how with the community, and when you come to others people workshops, you can definitely learn something. You can just have fun by making. For the theoretical workshops, you can get, for example, feedback or answers on some of the pressing problems or topics you have. You can try to do some piloting of some other activities. You can join the biggest mobile FabLab gathering, and for the FAB Festival, you can meet the Czech public and make them makers. Any questions to the if you have any questions to the participate open call block, we can try to answer them, Nora.
Not really related to participation, but if you have any questions, there's one related to, is there a plan to limit the participant number in hands-on workshops strictly this year by registration? FAB24 Mexico had a number of workshops that were vastly overcrowded, which very negatively impacted the experience.
Yeah, we are aware of this, and we are still discussing whether we will have registrations for all of the workshops or just some. So this will still be answered later. So I don't have a clear response for that now. What I can say is that in Brno, for example, in the workshop venue, we are limited by the space of each of the rooms, and we will try to make sure this year this doesn't happen, and there is no sound disturbance and no overcrowding of the workshop. So we are aware of this, and we will try to work with it.
Yeah, and responding to Claire's question related to electronics, yes, once you submit your workshop, a cart with materials will be sent to you, and you will be able to select out of basically at least the FabLab inventory electronic list. Okay, difference between theoretical workshops and working groups. Peter, basically theoretical workshops are any type of activity that you want to propose, as of working groups are more like continuous activities that happen as like the Fab Academy, the Fab Academy one, maybe the Fab Care are more like solely dedicated into Fab theme projects or continuous projects compared to theoretical workshops. Theoretical workshops can be proposed by by anyone in the community. So if you have basically a workshop that doesn't involve hands-on or doing anything with materials, that's classified as a theoretical workshop. Are computers available in the room? Yes, it's at a university, so every room is equipped with computers, AV systems, and everything that you need to present and do any activity, especially related to theoretical activities.
Yes, and also in Prague there will be televisions that you can connect to your computer, or there will be some spare computers available. So for presenters, yes, and for I mean, if you need like several computers for the attendees of the workshops, you can check this button in the application form, and we will be aware of that and try to provide them.
Yeah, we have another question related to by Delia. Is there any support or organization already outlined to bring a mobile FabLab to the event?
Yes, there is a pretty a lot of information provided in the FAQ section on the website, as well as in the application form. So you will get most of the answers hopefully there. If not, you can reach out to us by email to consult.
Okay, then we have an anonymous question related to quantum computing under emerging technologies and what's to expect. Basically, what we're trying to understand right now is what are the alignments between quantum spectrum or quantum computing with FabLabs, and how to better apply those into FabLab either activities or curriculum or things like that. So I hope that probably by next week we can share more information about the outline of that specific day, meaning that's the first day, well, our second day in Prague. So stay tuned on to newsletters or social medias for more information related to quantum. Is sustainability included in the workshops, conference, etc.? I'm not sure what that means. What's the intention?
Yeah, we're trying to make the event as sustainable as possible. So, for example, there will be water refill stations. We will try to use as much of the recyclable dishes as possible, for example, and we will have several other measures. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a question related to will there be possibilities for streaming and recording for the working groups? Yes, as they will take place probably in a room. We can potentially have like Zoom sessions where you can join. We still need to check the logistics, but it will be a little bit more of something like this rather than a big streaming through any platform. If for one session I need a quiet room, should I propose it as a working group or a theoretical workshop? Either way, just mention that you definitely need a quiet room under the application form, and we'll be able to provide you with the needs of your request. Will there be a possibility for, well, I'm duplicating. Will there be Fab City Challenge this year? No, at least not for the programming of the conference, so no. And are we going to talk about sustainability as theme? Jan?
We don't have it as a separate program track, but for me, the sustainability comes naturally with the FabLab topics and the FabLab network. So I guess it will be included, but not like we don't have it as a special program track. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the last one that we have not responded is family members. Can they access the event? I think you mentioned something while you were discussing the presentation.
Yeah. So basically, if the family members want to join the program, they need to purchase the ticket. But if you bring your family relatives and the kids, we will soon publish a special ticket for the kids. So I don't know where this question is going, like what is the need to access the event, but they can definitely, yeah. If you have some specific questions related to that, maybe reach out by the email.
Yeah, and I think Rafael, we already responded that question related to Fab City events. We will have more information soon. There will be some Fab City participations during the event, but not solely a dedicated day as of now. So we will have more information on that soon. And I think I responded all the questions. If not, just poke us again and we will respond.
Okay.
Okay, we
Good.
can continue.
Good. I'll try to go faster to not have it more than 1 hour and a few minutes. So let's go. Now the travel. So the practical part of the event. Visas. I know it's very important, especially for the not European people. So if you are from the European Union, basically you are lucky and you don't need to solve anything, as we have the Schengen area and you can move freely in the area. So if you're from the EU, you can go and have a quick coffee. If you're outside of the European Union, and the Czech Republic has 2 lists of countries. The first one is called the visa obligation, and that means that if your country is on this list, you need to get a travel visa. If your country is in the other group, which is called the visa exemption list, that means there is some kind of bilateral agreement between your country and the Czech Republic, and you can basically just come and have your passport, and you don't have to do any visa procurement before. So if you are on the visa obligation list, there is really a detailed guide prepared for you on our website. So please go there. But basically, you have to first contact your local embassy or consulate to ask for guidance. And basically, they will then ask you to provide some supporting documents. And if you need those, we are here for you, and we will be ready. We'll be happy to send an official invitation and some support letters or anything that you need. So please follow the official guide that is directly from the Czech government. And also, I encourage you to try to do it as soon as possible. On the official government website, it says it takes usually from 15 to 45 days to make the visas happen, but as we all know, governments, it can take longer. So definitely try to arrange it as soon as possible. And if you have any specific questions, you can try to reach out to us, and we'll try to help you. And if you're on the visa exemption list, just make sure to read the simple guide on the website. But basically, just with your passport, you should be able to stay temporarily in the Schengen area for 90 days. So I hope that answers all your questions. Invitation letters, basically, so far we have identified 2 reasons to get an invitation letter. One is that some participants need it for funding, whether they are coming from a university usually or from some kind of company. And the second reason is to get it for the visa application process. And to make this process smooth, we have prepared templates in the FAQ section on the website, in the top of the FAQ sections. So you can download the template there, just fill in your details and send it back to us. And we will just electronically sign it and send it back to you. So yeah, you will make it as smooth as possible if you just send us the already filled in template. Okay, now travels. Basically, there are several ways how to get to Czechia, depending on where you're coming from, but let's go one by one. If you're coming by plane, the recommended airport for the arrivals is the Vienna International Airport. They basically have connections to all the world, usually also direct connections. And then from the Vienna Airport to Brno, it's approximately 2-hour ride, and you can take direct buses, or you can take trains, usually with one change, or you can also try to take Uber, which is for sure the most expensive option, but maybe if you share, it's good. And on the website, as well as in this presentation, we have listed some European or Czech companies that run basically the lines every hour. There is a connection, so no need to worry about that. as the event starts in Brno, we really recommend coming to Vienna, which is the closest one. But if you really need to come to Prague, you can take again bus or train to transfer to Brno for the start of the event. And for departure from the Czech Republic, it will be the easiest, as we will close the event in Prague. If you decide to come by bus, train, or car, it's definitely possible. In my opinion, the buses are the most budget-friendly option. If you buy the tickets early, you can get basically from anywhere from Europe from 20 euros to Brno or Prague. Both of the cities are well connected, and again, recommending Flixbus or the Czech company RegioJet. They have comfy coaches. If you decide to take a train, usually you will need to make some changes, and it can get expensive, especially if you take this last minute. But it's also a very, very comfortable way of traveling, and you can enjoy the countryside. There is a fast railway in Austria and Germany, so also there are some connections via Vienna. And you can book the tickets via the Czech Railways as well. They have an amazing app that you can use to book online. And if you decide to come by car from Brno to Prague, the ride is 2 to 3 hours. You need to purchase a vignette for Czech highways, and there are basically two versions: 10-day or a 30-day option that you will probably use, and they can be again purchased online. And for parking, Brno and Prague are divided into different parking zones and paid zones. So the most budget-friendly option is to find a parking house or park and ride parking lot. So we will add some specific recommendations to our website, so you can book them easily. And then in the cities, in both Brno and Prague, there is an amazing network of public transport. So we really recommend using it. The tickets can be purchased also via apps or contactless by card in the vehicles. It's usually a combination of several different types. So it's buses, it can be local trains. In Prague, there is underground also. And there are trams in both cities, and it's cheap and fast to get around. Of course, we also have Ubers, Bolts, or Czech company Liftago, which is sort of more into the style of the classical taxi. The apps work as usual, and both of the cities are also very walkable, so we also recommend walking. All the venues are in easy walking distance, just around 1 kilometer of walking, and there are also sidewalks everywhere, so it will be safe to move around. For accommodation, as each year we have put some recommendations for you, so you can use those. So that will guarantee you that you will also stay with other participants of FAB25. We have negotiated special deals, which are usually discount codes that you can apply directly when booking online on the hotel's website, and you will find those codes as well as the hotels list on the website. And if you decide to explore on your own, there is classics like Booking.com, Airbnb, or Hostelworld, and there you can basically find countless of options on different price ranges. What I personally recommend you doing is definitely check the ratings and the number of reviews that these listed accommodations have. So I usually book from 8+, and that it has at least around 40 reviews, so it's a verified place to stay. Then we encourage you to stay also more than 8 days in Czechia. There will be again another section on our website for this, but basically Czechia is a very rich country with the culture, architecture, as well as nature. So on the left picture, you can see there is a castle, and it's special for me personally because it's in a village where I was born. So it's one of the 2,000 castles in the Czech Republic. We also have several UNESCO heritage places. One of them is, for example, Český Krumlov on this picture. We also have a beautiful South Moravian region when there is a wine production, and it's rated as the happiest region in the Czech Republic. And all around the Czech border, basically there is mountains ranges, so you can also go hiking. There are lots of cottages in the mountains. You can rent those and spend quiet time there. And of course, we also have a rich beer culture in the Czech Republic, so we can also try to explore that one. Okay, do we have any questions from the travel point of view?
Yes, well, I'm responding, but yes, basically everyone needs to have two types of accommodation. Since we're moving from one city to another, you will need to first book your days in Brno, starting either from the 4th or the 5th, depending on when you are arriving, until the 8th. That it's when you will be leaving. That day we will be taking the train, but that same day we will be arriving into Prague. So then you'll need an accommodation in Prague from the 8th to the 11th, or as long as you want to stay in Prague. So yeah, I think that's the only one. Are there any cheap hotels or things that you can recommend? I know you mentioned some, Jan, but I don't know if you have any others.
Yes, on the website there's different price levels, as well as, for example, if you would like to come with a camper van, there is places to park those as well. And we also have some very budget options from the university dorms as well. So
are those already in the website? Can we point them there?
Yes,
or are
yes.
we okay? Yes. So I think the best thing, I'll share the link in the chat. But yeah, basically those are the logistics that you will need to make for yourself in order to come to the conference. Are there any other questions related to accommodation or transportation? I think nobody.
Okay, we can get back to those as well.
Okay.
Okay, and now for the tickets. So I encourage you to grab one now. Basically, we have several waves of the tickets. The first one, the cheapest one, was until half of February. So the early bird is already gone. It flew away, but you still have an option to grab them cheap. The next wave will be until end of March. And basically, we have two types of tickets. They include the same stuff, but one of them is discounted, and that is dedicated for the people from the Czech Republic and East European countries. And so we decided to do this based on the promise that we made to the community while we did the candidacy, to encourage the theme Bridge the Gap. One tip for you: if you need an invoice, there is a text box and checkbox to fill out your company details during the purchase, and then you will receive an invoice automatically with all the tax information as well. So definitely do that, and you will receive it to your email straight away. If you missed that, don't worry, you can also try to contact us in this matter. And what does the ticket include? Basically, it's 8 days of the FAB25 access to all the program segments that I mentioned. So it's the FAB conference, Prusa Day, entrance to all the networking activities and parties, access to FAB Festival. And for every full day, there is a lunch provided for you that will be marked in the main schedule. So you know which days will be lunch, but basically it's almost every day. There will be free water refills in the venues. You will receive a FAB25 welcome kit, and the Make a Train ticket is also included in the ticket price. And one thing to mention, that the FAB conference part will be recorded, so you will also be able to access it after the event. And as I mentioned already, we try to promote also bringing your family and kids to the event this year. So there will be kids tickets announced on the website soon. and basically it will be in a form of a daycare, and for some older kids, they will be basically able to join a summer camp, let's say, where they will be able to do some hands-on activities. And also, not to separate you from your loved ones, there will be opportunity to purchase a ticket for the Maker Train as well, so you can all travel together. So yeah, it's all coming very soon. I don't know if there are some questions about the tickets. Not yet. Okay, so we can move, and we are almost finished. Still under 1 hour. Communication, very important. The main source of information for you about the event should be the official website, where you can find all the info that I presented today. You can find the FAQ section that has answers to a lot of the questions, and you can, of course, purchase tickets there. You can go to fab25.cz, which is easy to remember, but also you can find it on the fab25.fabevent.org. Then we'll be happy if you follow our social medias, where we put latest updates and special content, such as the announcement of speakers, some content from the backstage, reminders about important dates, etc. So we have Instagram, LinkedIn, as well as Facebook, and you will receive all the links to them in the follow-up. As well as the last year, we have the WhatsApp group, which is mostly meant for asking questions and already joining the FAB25 community. The group is called FAB25, and you will again receive a link to join the group. And you can join the group even if you haven't purchased the ticket yet. So you can get there, ask questions, and communicate there. And we also send newsletters periodically, basically, and you will get the latest updates about important dates and about everything around the event. So yeah, you will receive links to all of these, but really the website is regularly maintained and updated. So if you go back there from time to time, it will be nice. You can also show your support that you're coming to FAB25. We basically prepared a special visuals kit for you. So these are, for example, profile picture frames or pre-prepared posts for social media. And we also have 2 official hashtags already. That is FAB25 and Bridge the Gap. And by clicking on the Linktree link, you will get access to the visuals kit, where you can download also the event logos if you need to use them in a way, and all the materials. We also have some special side events. So I want to point out one, and that is called the FAB25 warm-up. And as I mentioned, a lot of people will arrive in Vienna International Airport. And if you arrive 1 day before, on July 3rd, you can go and visit FabLab Vienna, and they prepared a special program, full-day program, closing with a barbecue in Vienna. So the number of places is limited, so you need to register. So if you're interested in this, I definitely encourage you to go there. I probably won't be there because I will be super stressed by that time, but I think you will enjoy it. And I'm closing already. So if you have any other questions in the future in general, please check out the website first, read out the FAQs. And if you really don't find an answer for it, reach out to our official email, and we'll get back to you with answers as soon as possible. So there's the last Q&A block. So if there are still some questions not answered, we can do this now. And otherwise, yeah, we are almost finished.
I think we're sharp on time. So yeah, I don't think I see any other questions. So without further ado, thank you so much for joining us. I've given you an hour of your day to listen up to everything related to FAB25 taking place this year in Czechia, and hope you can join us this summer so that we can have a wonderful experience and event for as long as 7 years we haven't been in Europe. So for us, it's really important to be back in Europe and be with the community again. So thank you so much and hope to see you soon. Reach out to us by email or by the website and we'll be in touch.
Yep.
Thank you.
And come to Bridge the Gap.
And come to Bridge the
See
Gap.
you in,
Yeah.
see you in July. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.